fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and we're going into the side quest for this month with Spider-Ham. We're going to do chapter 1, kind of show off the bosses. So we have a DocOc, a Venom, and a Tigra. This is Spider-Ham back in the air. Basically, if you utilize the global node for the pass, it makes it really super easy. So check out the node, make sure you bring it. Hyperion works really well for the first one. Angela works pretty well, and Silver Surfer works really well. So this DocOc has return policy, flux, heavy-handed, a bunch of nodes going for him, and so I'm just going to go in and my plan was just to heavy the crap out of this guy and see how that worked. And you'll find out that it works really, really well. When you get those Furies, you start stacking those aptitude buffs, which enhance the Furies. And, with Hype doing the heavy, you never build up any of those charges that are going to reduce your damage. You can see he's like building it up really well. So here I try to do a heavy after his L1. Missed the first part because I didn't get the spacing right. But here the second one, I heavy him, and then he's just dead. Super fast. Super easy, right? So use that cosmic global to your advantage. That was like, what, 6 heavies or something? 7. He's got 5. Yeah, something like that. So not too bad. And then we're going to go back in on this one, and we're going to use Angela, I think. I've considered using Surfer, but Angela, I just got her as a 6-star, and I haven't really used her that much. And I know that some of my alliance mates were always saying, oh, on the Cosmic Global, Angela's like just a beast because she gets so many buffs. Yeah, so I switched to Angela. And then you just got to make sure you weave in some heavies when she gets those. She's going to get her buffs as you kind of cross each power bar. And then she's going to gain those aptitude buffs, which is just going to make everything, her Furies and everything just hit harder. And so I haven't done a Fury yet, so I got those flux dispersal charges building up, so my damage is gimped. Do a heavy, I'm back to doing full damage. And so you can basically just spam heavies, and that makes sure you get like max damage. You can see I already got 10 aptitude buffs. I think if I would have used a special earlier on and then just like keep cycling, I mean the fight doesn't last that long, but allows her to just cycle through those buffs, gets you some more aptitude, but she just is hitting hard, and you can spam the heavy in the corner on this dude. Yeah, and so this is just a 6-star Angela rank 1 and makes really quick work of DocOc. Nothing too crazy there. So chapter 1.1 is done. Again, use the cosmic lanes to your advantage. Here we got Mystic buffs, the global, and we got Venom. So I'm going to go in. I had originally wanted to go in with Mojo, and then on the path, Nova got to his unblockable, and I wasn't paying attention, and I got wrecked. So here we're going to go in with Symbiote Supreme. This guy has Rage, so you got to be aware of that. Symbiote Supreme doesn't hit super hard to where the Rage is going to be triggered. This is a rank 5 Symbiote. Trying to nullify those buffs because he's got the buff where if he has more buffs than you, the node where he has more buffs than you, he gains power. And yeah, so I totally mess up on the timing of that L2. He gets that indestructible when I get to an L3, but Stagger removes it. I was just waiting for him to throw that. I do get kind of I block part of that, take some damage. I don't have very much damage left. I haven't done much damage to him because of the Rage node, which prevents like 2.5% per hit. But then you're gonna notice, boom, I'm just gonna start hammering, the bleeds start coming, and I'm gonna get to an L2, and then it's boom, boom, boom. I'm just gonna let him just, once he dashes in, light off the L2, I do it again. He's just bleeding, he's getting staggered, he's getting drained, and I'm just keep cycling that, and he dies. So I didn't freak out, kept my calm, and was able to solo that. Definitely can do a much better job without losing so much health if you don't get hit. But Symbiote works really well for this fight. And so then I'm going to go back in, go through the other side of the path, and I'm going to use Mojo. So Mojo, I had him all charged up, 5 charges, persistent charges. He was almost at full health, and I'm thinking, yeah, I should be able to do this. Mojo only nullifies on his L1, and just like the last fight, Venom gets to 2 bars of power, and I just wasn't ready for it, and I get clipped, and you're gonna see that I die. So I push him all the way over to the wall, complete that mission. He's deteriorating. I do an L1 to nullify him, but here I wasn't paying too much attention to his power, and I just get clipped by the L2 and I die. So yeah, that node that gives him the power consistently, I underestimated how much power he would be getting, and I was thinking that I could get more nullifications. So I go back in with Claire. Claire's great because she starts off with 3 charges, so you can nullify 3 of his buffs. He is getting more power because I couldn't nullify everything, but I just switched to an L2, and I'm able to power drain him. And then I think I switched to Hellfire, hit him with the L2, burn him a lot with that energy damage, and then I just cycle back around, and I think I hit him again with another L2 to power drain him. The buff immunity prevents him from getting buffs. That time I'm just like, I'm blocking that crap so I don't I don't get hit, and I power drain him again. That really helps. The power drain keeps his power in check, and then the buff immunity from him getting any of the buffs that he gets from his Clintar, and he goes down. So that was much cleaner, besides the block damage that I took from that 1 L2. But she's a great option. Doom would be an awesome option. Basically anybody that can nullify easily. I think Dr. Voodoo would be great. Get to an L1 and just spam that and turn all of that into poison. So yeah, not too bad overall, but Venom goes down. That's chapter 1.2, and then we're going into 1.3, which is a Tigra, and this one also kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I'm gonna go in with Torch, I believe, on this first one. I put on the pre-fight. I probably should have put on some Mr. Fantastic pre-fight debuffs, but I didn't. And that Rising Sun, so you have to basically heavy to knock off those charges, so you don't end up getting degened. And so I was kind of just focused around doing that and just totally forgot about like her power and her special spacing and stuff like that. And so you'll notice I'm going to start off, I think I'm just going to be doing heavies. So you build up those furies on the hits, but if you get up to, I think it was 10, then you start taking some massive degen. And I think this node was on like the one with Mojo quest several months back, when he was new. And this is right there, like I'm like almost killed her, and then I just totally forgot like L1 and her spacing and the unblockable, and I eat it, but luckily I'm able to finish it off. So Tor should be able to really do that fight with no problem. Just be more aware of her power. I was just kind of focusing on not getting up to 10 Furies and taking the degen. But so now I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna go back in with Void, and on this one I believe I put pre-fights on. For this one, I didn't use Mr. Fantastic on the path. I probably should have. I could have gotten one more charge on Mr. Fantastic, because I think I'm only going to have 2 and he's at full health. And yeah, just be aware of that Rising Sun, and you should be good. Yeah, so he's like full health, hasn't been touched. So I put on the debuff Siphoner and then the suppression field to mitigate any of the damage that I might take from her hitting me and mitigate her power gain, and then it's going to increase the debuff damage from Void. And then I'm just going to hit her and then go into heavies. You can see that the Furies and everything, and with the debuff siphoner, it's increasing that debuff damage. I mean, look at that, it's like 12,000 per tick, or not 12,000, 1,200 per tick, 1,400 per tick. And then you just got to make sure that you heavy. And here I get tagged again. I'm cornered, and I tried to dex the heavy, and I've never really been cornered by her, and trying to deal that. I hit her with a special one, and then I heavy, and then I'm clear without trying to get the degen, and then I think I'm just gonna finish her off with an L1. Yeah, so again, close call there. I think I was just trying to pay too much attention to the power bar on that one with the Furies, and I just, yeah, messy, but clear. So Tiger goes down, and that's all of chapter 1. And I'll have the chapter 2 fights coming up here shortly today. Thanks for stopping by and watching. Hopefully this helps at all as a reference point of what you can do, and I'll see you in the next one.